We're going over the newest flyer, which covers Q3 of 2021, July, August, and September. I thought that this flyer was particularly interesting because there's a bunch of new products from K-Tool and a really exciting new product from Ingersoll Rand. Let's jump right in. First up, we have the 60-watt Bluetooth speaker from K-Tool. This is a brand new product to hit the market. I have not seen this before. I have some on order, so I'm going to check them out when they come in and see if they're worth selling. I like the specs, I like the look, and it's been a long time since I've had a good, reliable audio product that I've had in the lineup and feel good about. We were carrying some stuff up until about a year ago. I really wasn't pleased with the quality for the price, and there were a higher rate of failures on them than I like to see, so we're not doing those anymore. I looked into being a dealer for some other companies. There's a company called Bump Box, which makes boom boxes. They're kind of retro style to be like back in the 80s, but they have some new and updated designs and stuff. Their stuff isn't cheap, but it is pretty good quality, and I signed up to be a dealer with them, but their order minimums are pretty high, and I really didn't want to dedicate that much of my available credit to just one product line, so we're not going that way. So hopefully this new K-Tool speaker will fit the bill. It's got 4 tweeters, 3-inch subwoofer. It's only 2 inches in diameter, so it's a compact unit, and it's Bluetooth. So hopefully it does a great job and it sounds good. I don't expect it's going to be able to fill a big space with a lot of sound, but I think for something that you keep in your cart and nearby you as you're working under a lift or under a hood, this hopefully is just the thing. So we're going to dig more into this when they come in. We'll do a product spotlight on that, so we'll have a breakout video on it, and we'll see. Next up, we have something that I think you're going to find pretty exciting. This is the brand new 1-inch cordless impact from Ingersoll Rand. It takes not 1 but 2 batteries. This unit comes with 4 batteries and a dual bank charger, so you can always charge 2 at a time. It has 3,000 foot-pounds of breakaway torque, and right now they're listing for about $2,600. I have not seen these in action. I would love to get a demo on these. So I can't tell you firsthand anything about them, but it's a pretty exciting new product, and I thought it was worth bringing up to you. And they're in the flyer. When you open it, it's inside the front cover. So take a look at that and dig into some specs. Maybe do your own research in addition to anything I find that I'll let you know about. Let's have a discussion on these because I think it's going to be very interesting for wheel and tire guys that work on big trucks and buses. So we'll see. I have a lot of faith in Ingersoll's product line. I love their quality, and this is the latest offering from them. Kencut has the step point drill bits that you've seen on the Matco truck. I think if I heard, and I wasn't able to confirm this, that Astro made the bits for Matco. And the deal with these is they have a step point, and the point then is at a much steeper angle than what you typically see on a drill bit. The idea on these being twofold: number one, you don't have to use a punch to start a hole, and you don't need a pilot hole. You can just start with the tip on the bit that's the size you want to end up with. These don't walk, and they get gradually larger as you go through the stepped points on the bit until you get to the full diameter of the bit itself. So it cuts down on your time because you don't have to swap out a smaller pilot bit for the larger one that you want. And these are made in the USA, which I really like. They're made of fairly hard steel, so if you go slow and use oil, the chances are pretty good you're never going to need a replacement or to sharpen these, because that will be an issue with a stepped point. The people that I know who own the Matco ones absolutely love them, and they become go-to bits for a lot of guys. Just make sure that you don't go fast and burn these things out, and they'll last you a good long time. They're in the flyer for $387.99, but right now I can take some money off of that even and do them on the truck for $350. 29 pieces, they go 1/16 to 1/2 inch by 64th inch increments. Müller Cupes is a German company that makes all kinds of specialty tools. And they have a work table that I think is pretty interesting. We sell a tremendous number of the K-Tool adjustable tables, and also ATD is the same table. I believe they're all made by Sunex. And these tables are great because they adjust up to 48 inches tall, and you can wheel them right up to an engine bay. Or the diesel guys like them because if they're working in an engine compartment way up high, they can adjust the table up and then keep everything just an arm's reach away. These from Müller Cupes, I don't have all the details on them, so I'm not exactly sure what the specs are, but the thing I really like about these is if you notice the base is wide enough to fit around a wheel, so you can push this as close to a fender as you want and get it over the engine compartment. The only downside to the K-Tool ones is that they do not have such a feature. They have more of an H-shaped design to their wheelbase where you cannot get them around a wheel like you can with these. So I like that feature, but these are way more expensive than the K-Tool ones. Really, the K-Tool ones are $129, and these from Müller Cupes are $277.99. You know, in the heat of the summer when you're just sweating your nuggets off in a shop, you really wish you had some cooler air blowing across your body, and fans are great and they're necessary. The problem with them, of course, is that they're just recirculating hot air and they don't provide any cooler air. The Hessair evaporative coolers actually do cool the air, and they do that by pouring water down fins on 3 sides of the unit, and then the fan draws air across the water that's coming down these fins and provides air that, when I measured it, it was about 15 degrees cooler than the ambient air. And they have different sized units. The larger ones will cool much larger areas because they move 5,300 cubic feet per minute of air, and they have smaller units that move 3,100 cubic feet per minute. Between those two sizes, there's something that I'm sure is right for you. We've got guys that work on transit buses who have the larger units that just keep them at the front of the bay, and they blow cooled air all the way down the bay. We've also got guys in this same shop that work on the buses that have the smaller units, and they like them because they'll take them onto the buses with them if they got to spend a prolonged period inside the bus, and they can keep the cool air right next to them. So it really depends on what your use case is, but between the two different sizes, I think that there's plenty here for everybody. They have 3 or 4 different units, slightly different price depending on the features that you want, whether you want oscillating louvers or other features like a high-vis cord, which I think is a terrific option for something like this because it's a trip hazard unless you see that cord. So there's a few options here. The ones that I'm highlighting here on the flyer, $468.75 for the 3,100 cubic foot per minute unit, and the larger unit is $792.99. If you don't want to go the way of the evaporative cooler, but you still want to move a lot of air, 1,200 cubic feet a minute that comes out one of these K-Tool blowers is a great way to go. They dropped the price on these by about $30 for this flyer cycle. So right now we're doing them for $129.98. And you're probably going to wonder if this is the unit that you've seen where you can put a heater element on the front. This is not that unit. This moves way too much air. You'll never be able to heat up 1,200 cubic feet a minute of air coming out of this blower fan. Those heater elements go on these smaller 300 CFM units, and honestly, with the price difference, I don't generally put the small units on the truck. These are the ones that are pretty popular and these sell all the time. They have 2 AC outlets in them so you can plug in any accessories, and they have multiple positions so you can just set it to blowing straight on, up or down, or depending on how you want to situate it on the floor, on your toolbox, or maybe up above. And they're really versatile, very simple units, and they last a long time. I don't always recommend bargain tier tools because we deal with pro grade techs, and we want our tools to be premium level and premium grade. But sometimes you get a bargain priced tool at a pro grade quality, and Titan has a number of offerings that fit that bill. You can buy way more expensive hammers than these, but this 3-piece dead blow set from Titan has a 12 ounce, a 16 ounce, and a 1.5 pound, which is 24 ounces. And sometimes you see a difference in fit and finish with the lower cost tools. But on a hammer like this, they're really about the same as any others that you'll find. So I don't see a quality difference really, but the price is compelling on these because any one of these hammers will cost $90, $100 plus dollars on another tool truck like Snap-on, Mako, Mac, and Cornwell. I can get you all three for $47.99, and yeah, they have a lifetime warranty. Titan's got some good stuff that we really do gravitate toward for some applications. Again, it's not something I recommend to everybody, but if you want a lower cost option, they can be a really good way to go. Next up, the Easy Red neck light. These are the rechargeable ones that have the independently chargeable heads on them, and they lack the battery pack on the band that goes around the back of your neck, which is a plus on these because those are uncomfortable if you're lying down on your creeper. There's nothing to interfere with your neck or your head because you can take the band and also put it around your head and use them as a headlamp, and they have the two heads, the two light heads that come off the sides. And you can operate those independent of each other. They're on sale right now for $54.99. There's a fairly new lighting product from PowerProbe, and I'm a little slow to adopt new lighting products because they're iffy. And I don't like to jump on board because a lot of times, since there's electronics involved in lighting nowadays, I'm not always sure what the quality is going to be. And I don't want to just jump on something new, throw it out there, and not be able to put my vote of confidence behind it. And I'm not going to sell something that I'm not sure of. Unless somebody really wants it, and then, if they're willing to try it out and give me feedback, fantastic. I really appreciate guys who do that. So it took a while for me to want to put these PowerProbe units on the truck because they've shaken out in the market now, and I think they're pretty solid. This is the Tech Modular Work Light from PowerProbe. They have 1,000 lumens and 3 hours of runtime on high. There's 4 independent modules that sit in a chassis, in a carrier. So you can put 1, 2, 3, or 4 of these light heads in the carrier. There's a power button on the carrier itself and magnetic mounts. You can also remove the individual square modules, which also have individual on-off switches and their own magnetic mounts. And you can pop one out and stick it up in a chassis somewhere, get it between a frame rail and a body panel, or a wheel well somewhere if you need to get in a tight spot. And it gives you plenty of light that you can focus on a particular area. And they also have a threaded tripod mount, so if you were so inclined to set this up underneath a vehicle on a lift, you can do that. Just face the whole thing up and get plenty of light to cover your entire work area. And they're on sale right now for $218.99. I show you this as a cautionary tale. As you know, I'm a big Milwaukee fan. If you didn't know I was a big Milwaukee fan, you can watch this video that I have up here. I did a vlog a little while back about how big a fanboy of Milwaukee I am. I do have to draw a delineator though on what I like about Milwaukee and how much I like them. I love their power tools and the service that they throw behind it. I think that they support them in a fantastic manner, better than any other company that we deal with as far as power tools are concerned. They are second to none. However, their lighting line is a bit different. It's handled by a different division in the company. They consider these lights their personal lighting line, not their pro-grade lighting line. They put a lifetime warranty on them, but it's highly conditional. And they've pushed back on some warranty claims that we've had to make with them about power ports that were pushed in and some non-functioning lights. And they said, well, those things aren't covered. And we had to go through some back channels to get things covered. Kind of a pain in the neck. As a result, I'm not the biggest fan of the way Milwaukee handles support on their personal lighting line. I do not recommend them. As a result, I try to guide people toward other purchasing decisions. Coast is a great brand for headlamps. Streamlight is also fantastic. And I think for the money, you get a better product with better warranty fulfillment than what Milwaukee can offer. Milwaukee's pricing at $83.99, I would expect to see a lot lower given the difficulty that we have with their warranty process. So, kind of forget all about this. I show you this just to caution you on them. I would much rather see you purchase Streamlight or Coast when it comes to headlamps or any lighting line. Even Maxion is a fantastic brand for the small hockey puck style work lights, and also their larger Luminator brand work lights that they have that you can mount with a magnet or on a tripod. We carry all three of those brands, and I would rather see you in something like that than the Milwaukee ones. Sorry, Milwaukee, I love you for everything else, but not the way you handle your lighting. All right, need to do some diagnostics? Of course you do. Everybody does. And Autel has some products that are priced really well and have a lot of functionality. This is their 906BT. BT stands for Bluetooth scanner. It has a Bluetooth VCI that you plug into the OBD2 port. And it communicates via that with the unit itself. Very easy interface on these. It gives you basically in the home screen 6 big icons. Just choose where you want to go from there. You can click on the diagnostics one and immediately starts to pull down data from the vehicle after it does a scan, and you can see everything you need to work on. This guy resets 20 service functions, has some bi-directional functionality, which you don't normally see on units this small. And you can go a long way with this because it also can freeze frame or live stream data, and it gives you a pretty good insight. And for the price of $1,831.67, it's hard to beat the level of functionality that you get for the price. You can spend way more on any brand scanner, including Autel, if you want more functionality. But if you want something that's better than even a comprehensive code reader will get you, but you don't want to spend the money on one of the comprehensive bi-directional scanners, this guy's a great option. And I have to hand it to Autel. I'm going to fess up a little bit here on my opinion of Autel. It has changed. I used to recommend people go in a different direction than Autel. I'd rather recommend the launch products, or if you could afford it, Bosch. But Bosch is really expensive. I'm not nearly as familiar with Can-Do, but I hear they've got some pretty good offerings. But again, not that familiar with them. My biggest familiarity was with Launch and Autel. Pricing was about the same, but up until a few years ago, Autel's service was horrible. If you needed any kind of tech support, you weren't going to get it. You'd call them, no one would answer. They'd throw you in a general voicemail box. You leave a message, they would never return your call. It was deplorable. And when I went to a tool show a couple of years ago, I needed some information about some specs on one of these. So I went to one of the vendor booths for Autel, and I was talking to the rep about it. He started pitching me on the whole idea. I'm like, I said, I really just need some information. I said, honestly, I have no intention of buying the products because although the product itself is very good and they're intuitive and people enjoy using them, I said, I can't stand behind it, and I can't in good faith sell a big ticket item to somebody and know that you're not going to stand behind it either. And he said, yeah, we know it's been a problem. He said, we're making some headway into increasing our support staff and blah, 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 blah. So he gave it lip service. And I said, well, I've heard that plenty of times before in my IT career, which I did for 20 years prior to selling tools. I know all the promises that people make, and I know how difficult it is for any company to live up to the promise of their support. However, I will give Autel kudos on this one. They seem to have done that. And the last few times I know people have called them for support, and the last time I have called them for support on my customer's behalf, they have been very responsive and accurate with their information. So I feel much better now about recommending their products based on that. I've always thought they had good products. I always thought they had good technology, and I was just and the pricing was also very good. I was just waiting for their support to kind of catch up to the quality of their products, and it looks like it has. So now I feel way better about recommending an Autel product. I do like their pricing. I think for the price on this scanner, it's hard to beat. They have really good code readers right now, which are also they dropped a lot of pricing. They dropped a lot in the pricing for this flyer on those. So there's a bunch to consider now if you're thinking about scanners or code readers. Autel's a great brand as a result, so I can feel much better about recommending them. All right, next, the new Milwaukee high-speed ratchets have hit the market a few months ago, and they've been selling like crazy. They have them in 1/4-inch drive and 3/8 drive options. Ignore the price in the flyer because I'm doing them for a little bit less than this. I'm doing them for $399.99, and they're much higher speed than their older versions. These are the cordless fuel motors in here, and these run at 450 RPM. Their old ones ran at 200 RPM, so you get more than twice the speed, and you're going to trade off speed for torque on these. So the increase in speed, though, resulted in only a 5 foot-pound loss in torque. These are rated for 35 foot-pounds. The older ones are 40, but you're not going to notice because you're not going to use these for heavy torque applications anyway. They're ratchets. These are not impacts. So you're going to want to loosen something with an impact or a hand tool and then use these guys to spin the nut on or off and then tighten it down or loosen up or tighten it down with a hand tool or a torque wrench or whatever is most appropriate for your application. The great thing about having a high-speed ratchet is the amount of time saving that you're going to realize. If this saves you a few minutes per car per day, you're adding up another car that you're going to be able to work on, and you're going to flag more hours. And a tool like this is going to put money in your pocket. So it's a great money maker, and it has the terrific 5-year warranty that Milwaukee puts on all their tools, and the batteries this comes with are the standard capacity batteries that have 2-year warranties. I've never seen this before, and this is another new one to me. I don't know if it's new to the market. Chicago Pneumatic, that I've always known for air tools, is putting out a 1/2-inch cordless impact kit. All right, let's see what you got, Chicago Pneumatic. They put a 5-year warranty on this. That's as good a warranty as you're going to find with Milwaukee. This guy's, though, it's only rated for 850 foot-pounds of torque in reverse. Milwaukee has a 1,400 foot-pound 1/2-inch, which is very, very powerful compared to this one. And although I'm not familiar with Chicago's offering, I'm impressed with what I see here because I've known them to have really good air tools. Chicago Pneumatic is an old company. It's been around since I think the late 1800s. Do not confuse Chicago Pneumatic with the Harbor Freight Central Pneumatic brand. They're two completely different brands. They've got nothing to do with each other as far as I know. Chicago Pneumatic puts out high quality products and you're going to pay for appropriately. And Harbor Freight puts out, I'm not going to bash their quality. I know some guys don't like them, but it's not the same brand. So please don't confuse the two. And it'll be interesting to see what kind of interest we can drum up in the Chicago Pneumatic offering. The tough thing about cordless tools, though, is that once you buy into a brand, you've bought into their proprietary battery system, and Milwaukee is no different. So if you've got the Milwaukee M18 lineup already, you've bought into the batteries, and their M12 lineup and the 12-volt batteries is the same. And any brand's the same. Snap-on is, Mac DeWalt is the same because they use the same batteries, and it would be tough to expect people to get off of one battery platform for a tool like this. But I show you this because I think it's interesting, and I didn't know if anyone had any experience with the Chicago Pneumatic cordless tools. I'd love for you to weigh in if you did. So drop a note in the comments, and let's get a discussion going on this. If you have any experience at all with it, or maybe you know someone who's using one or something. But I'd be very, very curious to know if there's any adoption of these in the market, especially for pro technicians. But if you're still using air and you need a good stubby impact, then the new Ingersoll Rand 36 QMax and 15 QMax are really good options. These are new to the market. The 1/2-inch drive has 650 foot-pounds of breakaway torque, and it's only $272.99. Their 3/8 drive is even less at $233.99, and if I am not mistaken, I believe they put a 2-year warranty on these. I checked with my rep a few weeks ago on this, and that's what he confirmed with me. So we're going to go with that. 2-year warranty on the air tool. So if you don't mind the air hose and you need to get in some tight spaces, consider the Ingersoll compact stubby 1/2 inch or 3/8 air impact. Sunex dropped the price on their 43-piece 1/2 inch drive metric impact socket set. This is the master set. It's got deep and shallow, and it has 4 extensions that go 3, 5, 10, and 15 inches. The sockets cover 9 to 30 millimeters, and it has a universal adapter. And lifetime warranty on all their sockets and extensions and the pieces in this kit. I think for the price, tough to beat. We put Sunex and Grey Pneumatic on the trucks for all of our impact sockets. Gearwrench has some excellent offerings as well. They don't have the same variety and configuration of the kits that Sunex and Grey Pneumatic do. So we're usually going with those guys for the stuff we keep on the truck. And this is great for diesel guys and techs that work on equipment and larger stuff. So I'm going to show you this whole page that has Sunex and Grey Pneumatic on it. This has all 3/4 drive stuff. So if you're working on the big stuff and you need 3/4 drive, take a look at some of these configurations. There's a 29-piece set from Sunex. That standard goes 3/4 inches to 2.5 inches. In the 6-point sockets, there's a deep set that covers the same sizes for about $160 more. There's also the heavy-duty impact socket set that goes 1 inch to 2 inches, and that's $434.99. Grey Pneumatic has a bunch of offerings, similar configurations, slightly different pricing. They have a deep fractional socket set for $999.98, and the shallow version of that same socket set for $699.99, as well as the metric master set and the 1-inch drive set for $1169.99. Everything on here has lifetime warranties. Yeah, they're expensive, but there's a lot of metal in these sets. And if you're an equipment or diesel tech and you need stuff this large, I would recommend either one of these two brands. They're both outstanding, low occurrences of breakage on these, but easy to swap out. If you ever have trouble with them, then we'll just hand you new ones when you give us the broken ones. If you need funnels, there's some funnel choices for you, and they dropped the price on all these. The Funnel Buddy is a great little funnel holder, and it has a collection container on the bottom. What you do is when you're done emptying a bottle of oil or a funnel or whatever, you just drop it in the top there and let it drip down, and walk away and do other things. Come back to it, hours later, and it should be pretty empty, and it collects all in the container on the bottom. $50.99 for that. The general purpose Forma funnel, handy tool. These are the aluminum sheets wrapped in a plasticized rubbery coating. I think it's vinyl that they use. They're pretty impervious to solvents and grease and all kinds of fluids. It's great because you can form them to get over and around and through obstacles, and you're wondering why you want to spend $30 on one of these. Well, it's because the time that you save in cleanup and the cost that you save in cleanup fluids are going to be well worth it for the $30 investment in this Forma funnel. Yeah, you can, instead of dripping your filters all over stuff, you can just route it right around stuff and just wipe this thing clean when you're done and be done with it. Very handy. And if you need a spill-free funnel from Lyle, this is the one that everybody sells on all their tool trucks. The same one that you'll see branded on Mac and Matco and those guys. It's manufactured by Lyle. This is the one that has the different adapters and also the plug so that you don't spill stuff. So you can plug it up, remove it, and also adapt it to different radiator connections. $38.99. I normally see that for about $50, so they did a good job dropping the price on that one. If you need a 2-stage telescoping transmission jack, consider the one from K-Tool. I don't know who makes the hydraulics on this specifically. I know it used to be Sunex. It might still be Sunex. I'm not sure. But the price on this came way down. I've seen this one, I want to say a year or two ago, for about $1,200. And now they're doing them for $719.98. This one goes from a low of 33 7/10 of an inch to 69 3/10 of an inch. It's got the foot pedal on it to adjust it up and down, and it's got 4 heavy-duty swivel casters, and it comes with a 2-year warranty that covers everything. So most companies have a 1-year warranty on their hydraulics. I love the fact that K-Tool puts a 2-year on theirs. If you're in the market for torque wrenches, look at the ones from Gearwrench. And I'm going to show you the click type ones, and then I'm going to talk about their digital ones. Their click types are very good. These have 120 XP fine tooth mechanisms in the heads. The one on the top here has a fixed head. The one on the bottom has a flex head. And there's a small price difference based on that. If you go for the flex head option though, and you want a torque wrench, consider going with their digital ones. For not a whole lot of money more. That didn't sound right at all. For not much more money, I think that's what I'm trying to say. For not much more money, you can move on into the digital range if you want. They still have the 120 XP mechanism. They have angle, and they have flex head version. They beep, they vibrate, they light up. They've got all the features that you would find in torque wrenches that cost 2 and even 3 times the amount, depending on which tool truck you're looking at. So the digital ones, though, are not in the flyer right now, so they're not sale priced, but their regular price is not much higher than these click type ones. The flex head goes for $218.99 for the 3/8, and that covers 10 to 100 foot-pounds. And their half-inch drive click type, $256.99, and it covers 30 to 250 foot-pounds. Their non-flex head, $177.27 for the 1/4 inch. That covers 30 to 200 foot-pounds. That can't be right. I'm just looking at this for the first time now. That's got to be inch pounds. That can't be foot pounds. I think there was a misprint in the flyer. The 3/8 drive for $185 goes 10 to 100. Their half-inch, 30 to 250 for $231.43. And they've got a 20 to 150 foot-pound half-inch drive offering for $227.99. But again, if you're looking at torque wrenches, you can look online at our store at coiltools.com/shop. We list the digital ones there. You can also ask me if I see you in the truck, and we can talk about pricing and availability. The digital ones have been on again, off again, because they've been on back order forever. But they'll release them every now and then, and I'll get a few in, and they sell right away, and then I get a few more in. So if you need one, let me know. I can get you on the list and get you on the back order list. That way when they do come in, I can get them to you as soon as I can. The Gearwrench Gearbox brand wrenches are terrific options for diesel techs who need long reach, and they're going to put a lot of oomph on these wrenches. These aren't going to break as easily as the double-ended spline wrenches that most guys own, because these are a bit heavier duty. This is the 10 to 19 set. There's a flex head and a non-flex head version. This one here that I'm showing you now is the flex head version for $281.53. And yeah, they do put a lifetime warranty on it. The non-flex head version is only $201.99, and there's a standard set for $351.99, and that's a 13-piece set. Very, very popular with fleet and diesel guys. If you need a set of crow's feet, the Gearwrench ones go from 3/8 to 1 inch on a 3/8 drive. And there's 11 pieces included in the set. They dropped the price on this. It used to be around $115, and now it's $91.99. I'll show you a whole page full of wrench options if you need different size wrenches. These go from the smaller 1/4 inch size all the way up to 1.25 inch from K-Tool. There's also a 3/8 to 1 inch set, a 1/4 to 1 inch set, a 3/8 to 1 1/4 set, and a 7 to 19 mil as well. They also have a full polish set that goes 5/16 to 1 inch, and the prices vary accordingly. But look at the prices here, and you tell me how reasonable this is. $79.98 for a 1/4 to 1 1/4 inch set. Not bad. $51.65 for the 11 piece that goes to 1 inch. and the prices change up from there. The entire metric set that goes from 7 to 19 is only $62.98. I mean, these are really good wrenches. They have lifetime warranties on them. We sold a few of them, never had breakage on them. They seem to be just as reliable as any other brand out there. And K-Tool's a private label. So I don't know who makes these, but it's some reputable manufacturer that makes lots of other brands' wrenches for them. So you're buying the same stuff, just saving a bunch of money. The Irwin Vice Grip brand locking pliers set has a nice little 5-piece option here. You get the 10-inch straight jaw, the 10-inch curved jaw, the 7-inch curved jaw, 6-inch needle nose, or the 5-inch locking pliers with wire cutters. You get all 5 pieces right now for $98.99. So less than $20 even per on a tool truck. Not bad pricing at all. It comes in a little roll-up pouch, easy to keep clean and well organized in your box or cart. And they all have lifetime warranties. And then we can look at some of the larger 10-piece sets. I show you the two of these side by sides to give you a price comparison and a feature comparison. On the left is the Vice Grip ones from Irwin for $208.99. On the right is an almost identical set from Milwaukee, which costs $59 less. Big difference in price for a very similar set. And honestly, I think that the quality of the Irwin one the quality of the Milwaukee one is slightly better. I'd give them the edge because they have a really nice feature. That red piece on the end is their torque lock feature, where you can put a screwdriver handle in there, and after you've tightened it down by hand to its full tightness, you just shove a screwdriver in there, crank it around, and get it just that little bit more when you need to get a little bit tighter. Nice feature. And to handle that extra torque, those pliers are a little bit beefier than the Irwin ones. So I think for the price difference, hard to argue the Milwaukee option. I would absolutely go with that one, unless you are in love with the Vice Grip brand for some reason, but you're getting very similar offerings, and I would give the edge to Milwaukee on these anyway. So not only are they slightly better, but they're way cheaper. So go with the Milwaukee ones until Irwin drops their price to be less, and then maybe we'll duke it out between the two and see who rises to the top. But on these, I would go for price. Lang, K-Star, A&E, all the same company. Different brands, all owned by, I think, K-Star Tool is the parent name. And Lang is one of their brands. They manufacture a lot of different products for different companies. They make snap ring pliers. They make compression testers. They make the compression test kits for Snap-on. They were making the snap ring pliers for Mac until they changed their manufacturing arrangement. And they make a lot of their stuff in the US. Some stuff is made in Taiwan, but these snap ring pliers are US made. And I think for the price, it's kind of hard to beat. Usually, made in the USA means we're paying through the nose for it. But I think $136.99 for this set, when I've normally seen it for $165, kind of hard to argue. I would go US made for $136.99. Lifetime warranty, super easy warranty fulfillment with these guys. I just swap them out for you if one of them goes south. And they're terrific. Love them. Great set. By comparison, we're going to look at the K-Tool one for $124.98. Also made in the US. I don't know who makes this. It could be Lang for all I know. Very similar quality. You get slightly better price. And they're also made in the US, so there's a nice little consideration for you there. Choose what you like. Go by brand. I think functionally they're all exactly the same. And I personally own some of the K-Tool ones that I just use for fixing Ratchet head kits and stuff that I use at home. They're fine quality, no issues there. The Lang ones seem to be perfectly comparable to me. So, gives you the choice. Choose K-Tool, choose Lang, save a few bucks. Both made in the US, both lifetime warranties. 12-piece set. You can see all the different tip sizes here in the K-Tool one, and they've got the straight 45 and 90 degree angle tips on all their different tip sizes. I don't know how new Vessel is to the US. They're a Japanese-based manufacturer that manufactures to the Japanese industrial standard, which is a set of manufacturing standards that Japan has for lots of products. And I don't know if I'm sure there's some equivalent that we have here in the US. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but Stuff that's made to the JIS standard is pretty good and no quality issues at all. The Vessel screwdrivers are pretty high quality. They also have sets of screwdrivers that are impacting screwdrivers where you strike the handle with a mallet and it rotates the shank on the screwdriver to break stuff loose. These are those. They call them their Impactor screwdriver set. So you can strike these and it impacts loose your fastener. And they seem to be pretty heavy duty. I've sold a few of these. Never a complaint. Guys seem to love them. And a $125.99, pretty good price, I got to say. And you'll like the quality of these. They're nice fit and finish. And you can really beat on these things. It's an 8-piece set, which should last you a good long time. They're made, they're made in Japan, and they're usually pretty widely available in U.S. warehouses. So they got plenty of product coming over from there. Unlike some other stuff which has been on back order forever, they seem to have plenty of stuff in the lineup. More K-Tool stuff. They have their 5-piece double box universal spline reversible ratcheting wrench sets. You've seen these in the Mountain brand. You've seen them in the Monster brand. You've seen these on the Matco truck under the Matco brand. You've also seen them on the Mack truck under the Platinum brand. And I think that's all. They used to be Monster branded as well. They're all made by Easy Red. They're the company that makes these for everybody. And their 5-piece set is the most common one. It goes 8 to 19 millimeter, and that's on sale right now for $206.65. Normally that was running like $235 or even $245. So they dropped the price significantly on that. You can get the 2-piece set that has the 4 jumbo sizes that go 21, 22, 24, and 25, or save yourself some money and get all 7 pieces for $370.47, which is about $15 less than or $19 less than what you would spend on the 2 individual sets. All right. They say they got a 1-year warranty. Here's the thing. I can help you out with that. Don't worry about that limitation. As long as I'm swapping them 1 for 1 with my supplier, we'll keep swapping them. It doesn't matter how long you've owned them. More screwdrivers. Mayhew, who I'm a big fan of because they make a lot of their stuff in the U.S. as well. Lifetime warranty on all their stuff. They have great pry bars, great punches, chisels. They have a really great radiator hose clamp, pliers, but they're really expensive. This stuff is not cheap. I mean, you're not getting out of Mayhew for bargain rate pricing at all. But their pricing is really good when they put this stuff on sale. And right now they have a 10-piece capped end screwdriver set for $97.99. And what that means is you can strike these and treat them like you would a chisel. Use them like a pry bar. That's what they're built for. So if you break them, no big deal. I'll get you new ones anyway. But these guys are heavier duty than your average screwdrivers because they are made to be struck. They are made to pry on. And they're not just a screwdriver. They're everything that you use all your other screwdrivers for. But they're intended to be used that way. So try them out. They have really nice grips on them, easy to handle, easy to grasp, and I think you'll find that when you compare the level of quality with these over any other brand, you're going to be pretty impressed with these. They build to a nice fit and finish on these, and nice to use. Great handles on them, real beefy shanks, and wow, this is a great set of screwdrivers, and that for an average price of $9.79 each, yeah, do that. The Gearwrench bolt biter extractor sockets have been very popular. We sell a ton of their smaller sets because of a few reasons. One is they have straight flutes instead of the twisted flutes, so which means you can use these in reverse to take off a Thunderbolt, but you can also use them going forward, or if you have a left-handed thread that you have to extract, you can use those for that as well. The advantage there is, let's say you have to reuse a screw because it's a specialty screw or bolt, for example. You can at least get it out and then put it back in if it has a damaged head and it's rounded off. The nice thing about this master set is it has all the regular size, standard, and metric bolt head sizes, but it has undersized ones too for many of their sizes. So you'll see in here a 10 millimeter, then you'll have a 10 minus, right? You'll have a 19 millimeter and a 19 minus. And what that means is if the bolt head is so damaged that you can't get a regular size on it, go for the one that's slightly undersized and it will grip it. It's a smart design. Geniuses were at work figuring these things out. And for similarly sized sets from other brands, like the smaller version of this set, it's about half the price of the Irwin set. And the Irwin only has a spiraled flute, so we have to use it in reverse only. These guys, forward or reverse, multiple sizes to handle any size bolt head that you've got. And at $239.12, it's a good deal considering they also put a lifetime warranty on these. Not only do they have a square drive in the back for your ratchet, but they have a hex space too, so you can grab them with pliers or your wrench. So you have tons of different drive options. I love them because guys who don't mind love them, and if my customers are happy, that makes me happy. All right, next we have the Master Hex and Torx bit socket set from Gearwrench. We sell a ton of these. They're hard to keep on the trucks. As soon as you get them on, they're off again. The great history behind these is there's been a consistent dropping in price. When they came out with these, we were retailing for about $265, and then they put them on sale, which dropped the price even more, and now they're down to $190, $199. I will qualify what I said to say right now they're $10 more than they were last quarter, but for a nominal $10 difference, we all have to absorb a little bit for products that get shipped from overseas right now. The cost of goods is going up a little bit. We're seeing that here and there, but for a $10 difference, that's pretty easy to absorb. This has 84 pieces. It has your long hex and Torx sockets. It's got all your short ones. It also has tamper-proof and regular Torx as well as external Torx sockets. This is comparable to the Blue Point set you've seen on the Snap-on truck for $400. This one is considerably less than half that. You are getting a set which is equal in offering and in quality, and a lifetime warranty on everything in that kit. I show you this because I've had a lot of people talk about buying stuff from companies like Gearwrench that do a lot of the manufacturing overseas. There are some times when U.S. products like the ones you're looking at from Lang and the ones we're looking at from Mayhew make perfect financial sense to purchase. And when their price is competitive with overseas manufactured goods and you're getting equal or better quality, why not buy stuff that's made right here in the good old US of A? It's a no-brainer. But I wanted to show you the stuff from SK because I have people asking me about this from time to time. And they'll say things like, man, you should only sell stuff that's made in the US. Look, I would love to, but I can't afford to. And here's why. Let's say I put this 49-piece 3/8 drive socket and ratchet set on the truck. And someone says to me, hey man, how much does this cost? And I say, $367.99. They're going to go, no. And they're going to put it back on the shelf and they're going to walk away. And they're going to say, what else do you got? And I'll say, well, I got this one from Gearwrench for $135. They're going to say, I'll take that one. Right? Everybody does. And if you're one of the guys that would pay the extra money for SK because it's made in the US, good on you. I applaud that. But most people don't do that. They can't afford to. They don't want to. So it's very difficult for us to put a company or a brand like SK on the truck because the price difference is so dramatic. I would be selling for, Snap-on prices, and that's not our brand as Coyle Tools. That's not who we are. If somebody wants this set, I will happily get it, without a question. But as far as putting money into inventory, I simply can't afford it because no one's gonna buy that set. They're not. I got to go with what my customers want. And again, if you would like to buy one, you are welcome to order one from me. I will ship it anywhere in the U.S. and I'll get it to you post haste. You have to pay for shipping and tax, which is going to drive that up to be over $400. And if that's worth it to you, awesome. But for most people, it's not. So we have to deal with the reality we have here. And when economics play a very real role in what people can afford and what people buy, sometimes the country of origin dictates that. Having said all that, I'll say this. SK is also not the company you may have thought it once was. SK went out of business a few years ago. They were gone for, I think, 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. The name was purchased by a company called Ideal Brands, and they decided to start selling tools under the SK name again. This is not the SK of old, however. You may see a quality difference. They did not purchase the inventory from the old SK, which means all the lifetime warranty stuff that you may have purchased back in the day may not be covered anymore because there's nothing in the lineup they can replace it with. I had that go around with someone who's asked me about some SK screwdrivers. I could not help him, but I could help with some of the sockets because there is some direct replacements on those. So it's not easy, and we're dealing with a company that had gone under, and the name was purchased by another company. So again, not the same company. It's not the same tools. It's not the same thing. They say, SK 100 years. No, it's not. The name maybe has been around, but it's not the SK it once was. So take all that into account when you decide on your purchasing habits and what you want to go with when it comes to stuff like this. I can get you any of the SK products that you want, but again, especially down to the individual product price, individual socket prices. I had a guy asked me to get him like a 10 millimeter and I think a 13 millimeter socket once, and I did, but he was paying $25 per socket. That's Snap-on pricing, and that's not the Coyle tool brand. Ours is, we're going to get you equally good tools for less and back it up with better service than the next guy. And SK doesn't allow me to do that. But again, you want it, you got it, man. You just tell me and we will get you one. Put it in your hands right away. Sunex has 2 solid offerings. They've been putting these in the flyers now for a long time, and I'm glad they keep doing it because their sale pricing on these is very good. Their Master 208-piece bit set has a ton of different 1/4-inch shank hex quick connect bits in them. They have screwdrivers, nut drivers, nut setters, specialty bits, all different configurations. Everything's covered under a lifetime warranty for $78.99. So you can drop these things in your hex shank impact driver, your screwdrivers, or your bit drivers. They also have this 38-piece mini ratchet and bit set, and I love this set because it comes with a ratchet that has a hex receiver in it. You just pop in any of the bits in there. They have all the Phillips, Torx, slotted screwdriver bits. Put in this tiny 1/4-inch driver, and off you go. And it's $45.99. Again, lifetime warranty and all that stuff. And it's very easy to deal with Sunex for any of their warranty stuff. Easy Red has this very popular 1/4-inch drive ratcheting wrench set. They've had this 4-inch one and this 12-inch one out for a long time individually. They now have this kit that's got both their 4-inch and their 12-inch and a set of sockets that go 4 to 13 millimeter and 1/4-inch bits, Phillips number 1, 2, and 3, posit drives 0 and 2 and 3, and they have hex 4, 5, 6, Torx 8, 10, 15, 20, 25, 27, 30, 35, and 40, and flex heads on both ends of their drivers and an extension. Awesome little kit. You'll save a bunch of money buying the kit at $128.99 and save yourself money over buying the individual pieces. Love this setup. It's terrific. If you need a big old pry bar with an indexable head and an extension handle, this is the one for you. This extends from 33 to 48 inches in length, 180-degree indexable head, and it's from Gearwrench. This guy will handle the biggest jobs you can throw at it, and I say that, and I will follow it up with, I've never seen one break. Never, never, never. I don't know how. I don't know why this thing lasts as long as it does. It is built to take the rigors of the biggest jobs you've got. And it's been a terrific seller for us. And when they dropped the price like they did right now to $174.99, normally this guy's like $225. And they've got it right now for a really good price. Our challenge right now is keeping enough of them on the trucks. If you need ladies foot pry bars, man, you can't go wrong with the K-Tool ones. These are just a solid one piece with the tapered end with a point on them. I mean, for $36.65, find a better ladies' foot pry bar deal on any tool truck. And if you do, let me know, because I have to know what it is. I think that, you know, when you look at just a 6-inch one here and go on the Snap-on truck, that'll cost you $52 just for the 6-inch. The entire set is $14, $15, $16 less than that. And they put a lifetime warranty on all these pieces. So, hard to go wrong, really. Give K-Tool a shot if you haven't already. I don't think you'll be disappointed at all. And if you are, no problem, we'll make it right. I don't want you to throw your hard-earned money away on dumb products. But they've got stuff that lasts, and it's perfectly comparable with any other brand out there. The 5-piece magnetic spark plug socket set has been a very popular seller, even at their regular price of $135. But they dropped the price in this flyer, $79.99. What? Yep, this is that 5-piece set. All are 1-piece swivel extensions with deep sockets. You can't go wrong with this set. They don't have the rubber grommet that falls out because there are magnets in there. I don't know that I've ever seen a broken one of these. They last, and they're very good for the money. Great set. You have seen this same set on the Mako truck for, I think, $140 or something like that. It's expensive on the Mako truck, and they're the identical set. And I think that does it. Yeah, that's it. Those are all the highlights from this quarter's flyer. You can see the full version of the flyer in digital format on our website, coiltools.com. It's right on the homepage, so take a look at that. You'll also see this video there as well. You can page right through it on the site. If I see you on the truck, ask me for a hard copy if I don't hand you one, and we'll get you what you need. Let me know if there's anything in here that interests you. If you need more information, let me know. Put in the comments, drop me a line, send me a text, whatever. I'm happy to give you any information that I can on this stuff. And my goal is to give you my very biased opinions on this stuff, because if stuff is junk, I'll tell you. If it's really good, I'll tell you. If it's somewhere in between, I'll tell you. It only benefits all of us to have all the information. Just know that if there's a better option for something, I like to steer toward what that buying option is. Because to me, it does not benefit me at all if you're not happy with something that you buy off of one of my trucks. So I need to make sure you're happy, and if that means we go a different route with some of the stuff, let me know. We can shop all kinds of different brands. We can shop pricing. We can look at warranty differences. I will tell you everything that I know about this stuff, and also ask around, buddies in the shop that you work with to see what their experiences are as well. And hopefully we can keep you rolling in these really good tools at prices that are way better than what you'll find on Snap-on, Mako, Cornwell, or Mack truck. So do me a favor, keep watching, because in the future we've got some new videos coming out that have more tools in the haul segments. We've got a huge tool haul video coming up in a month or two that has stuff that we got for restocking 2 of the trucks at the same time, and we went heavy into some work tables and some special surprises as well. So we have some promotions from Milwaukee that are going to be in there, and some other things that I think you're really going to find very interesting. So do me a favor, click down here now to subscribe so that you don't miss any of it. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, use a tool. Don't be one.